How do you manage your disappointment?
I think again, it's really that's doing some of your own work on understanding what's making you disappointed, right? Like in our worker, I know I'm a cursed with all the stupid perfectionist, blah, blah, blah. You know, when I see 12 unhoused people on my caseload, I want to house them all as fast as possible. And it's almost like an endeavor and a challenge for me. And the reality is that's selfish and more self-centered than anything else. And so in terms of trying to like, it's getting yourself outside of disappointment. You know, I can be sad for this person. I can be like existentially have issues with the way the world is because this is the option this person was given, but I can't be disappointed in the choice they made, right? There's been so many things that led up to that client deciding that action. Like Charles said, once someone has been incarcerated 5 times, who knows what happened to them to get them to that point in their life. But it was probably a lot of unfair things that I hope we can talk more about someday. But, you know, like I think to get outside of ourselves and have compassion, empathy, and understanding is the number one thing. Like I never want to feel disappointed in a client because they deserve the respect and the understanding and dare I say love, you know, from just the human standpoint, like that anyone else would. There's a lot of things that ended up having them make that decision, and I'll stand by them. Like I love what you said, Charles. One thing they're gonna get is this dude's gonna come by, he's gonna show up, you know, and that's no matter what the decision is, it's not gonna be met with disappointment. Hopefully it'll be understanding. And if I am feeling disappointed, I need to go talk to my supervisor about that before I go talk to my client, because it's not fair to put that on them.
I think we invest a lot too, and once we build that rapport, like we really truly care about what happens to people, and we want to see the best thing in them and the best things happen for them. And when that doesn't happen, it can feel like maybe we have failed them. You know, like, oh my God, I did not do enough for them. How have I failed? Or I really am scared for this person. I want to see the best for them. And it could be an ongoing struggle to be in acceptance and managing, you know, our feelings about it and the risks that they put themselves in, or the system in itself. You know, sometimes I feel like the system fails people, and I get really frustrated with that. And it's a constant having to show up no matter what and be there for them, and know that we are doing the best that we can. They're doing the best they can, and we're gonna all try and move forward.
I don't know if, you know, we always say that it's to the client and not for the client. But at the end of the day, when you worked with an individual for a long time, and you did a lot of work with this client and things happen, I never want to forget the human aspect of this process. I'm gonna feel something. I don't know if it's disappointment. I don't know if I'm gonna go home and talk about it with my homeboy. I'm not gonna do that. I don't want to take it home. I don't want to watch Netflix and be thinking about, oh, I failed this client. But there's ways to deal with these things. And one of the first aspects was I worked with a client diligently, and she died out there. I just couldn't get her to do nothing different with her life. I just couldn't, you know, it just didn't happen. I would get on a path and she would fall back off. And when she died, I had to process that. So I'm saying all that to say that there are gonna be some times, because we are human, you need to find your way to process. I have a great supervisor. I got a great team. And then I got people in my personal life. So you have to learn to process what you go through with clients. Because it would be a lie for me to say if I work with a client for 2 years and things just went all bad, that I don't feel nothing. I'm just not made up that way. I'm not a gangster no more. So I just don't feel that way no more. So I have to process my motives, my actions, and what I'm doing at all times. Because it is easy to get caught up, especially when you love this type of work, man. When you can't wait to get up in the morning and go to work, because you don't know what you might expect with the type of population that we deal with. It's important to be able to process and have someone you can go to or do something to process. And this is why self-care is so important.
Mm-hmm.
But I also understand at the end of the day, man, that it's totally up to the client. And if I know I've presented all of the services and everything that I could possibly do, and the client still made the decision, I gotta be okay with that. I don't have to like it, but I gotta be okay with it. And that's just it.
Mm-hmm. We're big on self-care and mindfulness and doing what we got to do to take care of ourselves. Otherwise, burnout is a big factor in this field. So we do want to remain human and compassionate, like everyone is saying.
To view the full discussion, visit the Harm Reduction SharePoint page and the Learning Department's Harm Reduction playlist on YouTube.